Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is Katarina Sakoshek, aka aka Bread Baby, here on YouTube. And I thought today I would do a little mukbang. I've got some water, some blueberries, and some dates, some succulent medjool dates. I love how they've made them into little, so unnecessary actually. You really don't need this extra paper and even the plastic. Anyway, but I'm gonna devour these as my pre-lunch snack, and you're gonna watch me, and I'll talk about some things that come to mind. It's funny how the minute sugar enters your mouth, you calm down immediately, because sugar actually lowers cortisol. I was just at a cafe now, doing some studying. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm Katarina. I am an HFPA nutritionist and nutrition coach in training. That is my cat Teapot. His name is Teapot. My mom named him Teapot. And it's funny, there's a lot more about me, but I'm not going to bore you with the details just yet. You'll kind of get the idea throughout if you're subscribed. But I am now eating a low-fat, high-carb vegan diet. So far, my overall cholesterol has lowered from 6.6 to 5.7, which is still high, but it has come down in the last 3 months that I have been eating this way. Lots of fruit, sugar, starches. My blood glucose is completely normal. So tell me why my blood glucose is normal if sugar was so bad, right? My eyesight has improved. It's crazy. My eyesight has improved. Like, I can see so much clearly. I'm getting compliments on my hair. My hair is shinier. My skin is brighter. My eyes are brighter. I'm not constantly dehydrated. My skin, I don't have like dry skin constantly. My nails are growing for the first time in a long time. They had just been like super short. If you've been following me this far, you know that my whole life, I'm 31 now, my whole life I've been on different diets, and now I'm back to a vegan diet again, but this time I'm doing it right. By keeping my fat low. Shall we move on to a date? Date? That's lame. Lame joke. I was at a cafe now, and there was these 3 women sitting opposite me. They were all like okay, Teapot, you're annoying now. They were probably in their 50s, and 2 of them were drinking giant strawberry milkshakes, and one of them was drinking like an orange juice, freshly squeezed orange juice. Now, you could say, well, it doesn't matter, just a once-off milkshake, but you can always tell, like even when you go to the grocery store, you can see what it's when people's grocery in their trolley. You always silently judge, don't you, when you see someone buying like a ton of junk food and you can see their body reflect what they're eating. This is not in a judgmental way. Like I've had my own issues with food and diets for a long time, but you can always see how people's bodies reflect the foods that they're eating. And so going back to what I just saw, there were 2 women. Is this thing even recording? I think so. Yes, there were 3 women. 2 were drinking giant strawberry milkshakes, and 1 was drinking a freshly squeezed orange juice. And you can guess which one looked slim, healthy, bright-eyed, had a ton of energy. Correct, the one who was drinking orange juice. The other 2 who were drinking strawberry milkshakes, you could see, were like very overweight, and they were like sitting like this. So you see, it's not the sugar that's a problem, because there's lots of sugar in orange juice, there's lots of sugar in a milkshake. What is the common denominator between the milkshakes? Is that they're high in fat. So fat is actually the problem. And people think sugar causes diabetes, but it's actually an excess of dietary fat, which prevents insulin from transporting glucose into the cells correctly, which means excess glucose, I believe, stays in your bloodstream, which can cause diabetes and obesity. So, sugar is not the problem. Tell me why Kenyans who live off corn, maize, sweet potato are like this. Why are Asians like this? What do Asians eat mostly? Rice. They even have to say how are you, oftentimes Asians say I'm generalizing. But I know in Korean, 밥 먹었어 is like, have you had rice? Are you okay? Correct me if I'm wrong if you're Korean watching this. But 밥 is like rice, food. 음식 is also food, but like they literally say 밥 먹었어. I remember when I was an English teacher in South Korea, the one Korean teacher was like on the phone to her son, who was sick at home, I believe. And she was like, 밥 먹었어? Have you eaten rice? You know, say eat rice. Seaweed soup, kimchi. They have a bit of meat, of course, but their meat is really low and they eat a lot of rice, fruit, juices, a lot of, you know, veggies, banchan, which is like side dishes, which are filled with fermented, you know, vegetables and veggies, and anyway. I really enjoy making these longer videos, actually. I've been challenging myself to make a video a day on YouTube. It's not easy, but it's doable. I believe when it comes to getting momentum in something in your life, every day, imperfectly, just a little bit, is better than like having a perfect plan and making this really, like, you know, well edited, perfectly filmed video. I prefer, I'm experimenting still obviously, but I think in the beginning quantity actually outweighs quality, especially if quality is going to stop you from actually getting the job done. This is where perfectionism comes in and everything. I could tell myself, I'll only record videos when I'm, you know, thinner, back to like a weight that I want to be at. But what use would that be to people who maybe relate to where I am now? I've gained some weight, coming from a very like strict calorie deficit, eating, you know, kind of a bodybuilding style meal plan, you know, rice, veggies, avo, fruit, oats, protein powders, and my cholesterol was high, super high when I was eating that way. Why? And I was overtraining. And putting that much stress on your body is actually so detrimental. I'm doing so much research, obviously my studies, my own research. I have aha moments like every minute I'm studying because I'm like obsessed about nutrition. I love nutrition. I actually come from a fine art and business background. I'm actually a copywriter by profession. But nutrition, boy oh boy, fascinates me. I'm gonna go now because I have a lunch to get to with some family. I'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed this. I'm gonna finish off these blueberries and these dates. And my name's Katerina, Bread Baby. I'll see you in the next one.